people who tuned in initially. I'm broadcasting. It's not really an OB because I'm just in the next studio to the one I normally do it in because I'm at a different time. We'll get to that shortly. And I apologise to the people who've already tuned in once already. But obviously the internet just doesn't work in here as well as it works in there, even though I'm only about 9.5 feet away. But let me start with some deep questions. Should we be locking people away in solitary confinement because they are autistic and possibly schizophrenic? I don't think so. I think we've all agreed that that's probably... No, I don't think so. I don't think we should treat them like homicidal maniacs, unless they actually are homicidal maniacs. In saying that, I am a fan of being locked away from society. Personally, me. I am a fan of that. Sorry if you've already heard that joke once already, but sometimes if you haven't found it funny the first time, it just gets more and more annoying. Not quite sure what my point was there. I want to know if I've bought a monorail. This is not a deep question. This is a lighter question. And for those of you who tuned into the original broadcast, you heard already on the similarities between heat pumps and monorails. And that, like on that episode, that famous episode of The Simpsons, the man came to Springfield, sold them a monorail. They didn't really need it, but the neighbouring town had one. They thought they needed one. Are heat pumps the same thing? Are they? Like, I mean, I've got a heater in my house, but according to the domestic manager, gas heaters make the windows wet, and a heat pump might not do that quite so much. So, I just got... This is the whole reason I'm doing this early today, because I've got to get home for the heat pump man, so he can drill holes in my wall. Now I'm starting to think, have I made a mistake? A man's coming to drill holes in my wall in the middle of winter. I'm getting quite nervous about this. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'll update you tomorrow. Maybe a monorail, may not be. More deep questions. It looks like Hillary Clinton is going to be the Democratic Party nominee for president, and Donald Trump is... Donald Trump, he's on the other side. The question is, do you want a racist, somebody who doesn't think Mexicans can be judges, to be president? And I think we want Hillary, don't we? We don't want a racist. It seems like when you say it like that, and when they said it to Paul Ryan, who's the Speaker of the House, he seemed to think that being a racist was bad, but then he also said he wanted Donald Trump to be president. It's a very confusing situation. America, can you explain it to me? Finally, we've got a Gorilla versus People update. They've reopened the gorilla exhibit at the Cincinnati Zoo, where they tried feeding the boy to the gorilla. And as yet, no gorillas have been shot and no babies have been eaten. So is that nil all? Nil all so far. But I'm rooting for the gorillas. Not really a fan of toddlers, to be fair. So we'll see what happens there as well. A lot to keep you updated on. Thanks for joining me early, if you did join me early. Thanks for joining me retrospectively, if that's what you did. You've come back in time to 5 to 6 in the morning at 9:30, if that's where you normally came in. It's very confusing, this business, isn't it? I am glennzb. I might take your advice and go to bed. Thanks, that's always good advice, and I'll see you back here again, maybe at a more normal time tomorrow. Thanks for having me at Periscope.